I've been this really old, what used to be a rubber factory. And it is all made out of this really old concrete. So the ceiling of this one is actually arched. I can't remember the word. It's all curved, so the rooms that you rent here are all curved like this. So maybe half of it is completely unusable because I cannot go over there without banging my head on the ceiling. What am I doing for this one? I think I was going to try to do a really big mountain with a river in the middle. But not like normal mountains I do. Normally the mountains I do are kind of pointy. I wanted to make one that's not so pointy. I'm just putting in some water here because I will have some kind of stream, I think. Perfect. Okay. And I do have my filbert brushes today. I found those, so that's good. I'll use them just for first. I'm going to use those in the clouds, actually. With titanium white. I'm going to be doing these kind of clouds that I like doing a lot. So I do these kind of simple, just kind of circles. Little circles. Fade out as we pick up more of the blue, just like that. And then I will actually wipe my brush every time because I don't want to get much of that blue up there. There's the yellows going on and running in. That's fine. Here. These are soft clouds. These are not very harsh clouds that we usually do. I wouldn't say they're harsh, but they're a little more contrasty with the fan brush or with the lines brush. These are subtle. They're just back here hanging. Very subtle and quick. Wipe this off. And then go over here. And wipe this yellow up before it runs away again. Hopefully I don't run out of brushes. Or not brushes, towels. Blend the bottoms of these. Like this one. Go all the way to the top, but not quite to the top. This little swoop motion, just kind of pull them away. Very, very soft. Gotta be careful here because this is where it can smear. That one might actually fluff up. There's a big glob of paint there. As long as you don't press too hard, you'll be okay. Estonia is particularly excellent if you're looking for coffee. I know a lot of places I can recommend. My girlfriend loves coffee, so we know all the spots. Let's do... Where's my palette knife? Alright, I'm going to put out my mountain colors today. So we're going to have to improvise a little bit. So we'll grab blue, crimson, more crimson, lots of crimson. This blue's very strong. I'm going to throw in some cyan. Should be a purplish brown color. Gray, hopefully. We'll do everything right here. We're gonna do, what are we gonna do? We got a lot of things we could do. Then the question is, what should we do? What do we want to do? I'm thinking clean our spot here with this blue. Add some of this color to that. This will be a little bit lighter. It's probably not enough. This is our background, so maybe that's good enough. Maybe back here in the very far back we'll have this little tiny mountain here. I'm gonna try and make it a little more round. Scraping in with the palette knife. You can kind of see some shapes there when you do that. Like a little line, a little ridge there. And these are just off in the background. They're not going to be very strong on this. Thinking I'll have two maybe. Just a couple. There's a slightly lighter value. And then one that's even more light. There we go. So this is our lightest one. These are way back here. A little blurry, not too much. I'll fuzz these out with the 2-inch brush here in a bit. I'm just kind of following those lines I made earlier. There's one line here, so I'm going to try and swoop the knife around that, same over here. These are in the background. No, not much detail. Not much detail. And you can push harder if you want to blend them out some more. See, I can just push a little bit, blend them right out. Same here. I don't want these to be strong. These are in the background. Well, if you push too hard, then it all turns into mush. So you gotta be careful. Well, that comes with time. Practice. The only thing I know about painting. Practice. Practice. That's how you get better. There's a little far away peak. Move next highlight. I'll make a shadow color in. We gotta put the mountains in first. Let's grab this color again. Dark color. But this one should be darker than those. So we move forward. Alright, let's throw in. Let's do one. Right there. This side I'm not as worried about because I'm going to try and throw in another mountain in front of that. Just need a little bit more color for this side here. We'll do kind of the same. Together. These ones, I'm going to take off the extra paint because these ones I actually want to extend down into each other. So to do that, take this brush, do a little bit, just follow this mountain down, get there, thereabouts, maybe wipe it off, get the extra, and do the same with this one. You can also do this side, but I'm going to do these main angles first. Wipe it off. Get as much paint off as we can. And then we come back and do this side. Really do this one, but you don't have to do much. Just make sure you get the initial angles right. You'll be okay. There. So guys, two big mountains here. Gotta highlight them still. Easy peasy. So a little bit more white here. Nice dark color. Let's start with this side. Same thing. shadow, which is just this color but a little darker. Wait, it's a little darker. We pulled those a little bit forward. Lots of mountains. Alright, let's just switch these up a little bit here. Make them look like they're really far off. These ones are pretty far. They should still be in the background. You can go over the whole thing. It makes it look even farther away. But you gotta be careful you don't drag the paint. Okay, see a billion times. Don't drag the paint. Okay. Where is... I keep losing my YouTube. My stream. It goes away. There we go. Okay. So, I'll do one more. So these ones are going to be as close as you can get, kind of. So, basically straight dark color. Like so. We're going to start on this side. And we're just going to pull in front. Pull right in front. But we got to make them look a little ragged. So we just kind of mush the paint in a straight line. It looks a little wonky. We're not going for wonky. Going for mountains. So rough it up a little bit. Jiggle the knife. Doesn't matter. Just do whatever. Just get a nice shape. Mountain shape. Backside doesn't matter to me. Here. I can do the same thing over here. Almost out of mountain color. Pull it down. So we'll blend it all out with the 2-inch brush here in a second. Doesn't matter too much. Okay. I'll start with this one. If it gets too bright, you really gotta pull the paint off, because otherwise it can ruin the effect. But I think this is okay. Where you get these harsh lines too, you can just do X strokes over them, whatever you want. Not too much. Too hard to fix that. Okay. And then these ones, I want to do this a little differently. So normally, I'll highlight and I do the white and then the lights and then, you know, that type of thing. Same way I did in the background. But these ones, I'm going to take this blue color. I'm going to do this right side first. So this right side is going to be a little bit, it's going to be a little colder. A little colder. This is the cold side. Big face on it. Too much shape on this one. This other one, I do kind of want some shape. So, do a little bit of the top. So there's like a peak at the very top. Barely see it. Just barely see that. And then, I'm going to go here, grab my 2-inch brush, and I'm going to tap grass on the sides. Like that. You can see my cat yellow is already trying to run away. I can pull him back. There we go. And there's blue, or whatever color this is already in there, so it's going to get blown away really quick. So we got to start at the most important point first. Then we'll push in, smack it, push in a little bit, smack it, push in a little bit. So we get a little crest there. I'm going to start at the most important point, which is up here. And then you come down. You fix up all that color. Come back in. Grab a little more. Just go down. And then you can tap back into the other one, mix them together. As much as you want. Just try and go in waves. Up to that point there. And I'll try and round it off a little bit too, because I don't want it to be too steep. Darkish green, which is good. So I don't want it to be as bright. Kind of tap here in the middle, and then go up this side. Into there, but not all the way, just up into the side. I can come down this side, but we'll need a little bit more yellow because this is slightly brighter, but not super bright. If I had, I think, well, I do have phthalo green. I could have used phthalo green here. It wouldn't have been worse. Just go up in there. Just an accent of a color there. Something like that. Okay. I'll wipe this off. Best we can. Okay, this is not turned on. Okay. It's kind of hard to keep these 2-inch brushes clean. Okay. There. So now we got this far. What do we do next? I don't know. I mean, we could always cut in a water thing here, maybe. I think that could work. We'll see. This just depends where we want to throw it. So we need like a base color back in here. A darker color. Like that. Okay. This is a start of something. I never really plan these out when I do. That's okay. Alright, let's take a dark color. Dark. New sienna. Sap green. Could be darker. Could be darker. Oh, that's fine. I think this will do okay. This part. But before I go in any further, I actually do want to stop for 1 second. And get a little liquid white over here before we get too far in. So otherwise this is going to not look right. Tiny little water line there in the background. And then I'll use the top edge. I'll just shave one on the sides here. Okay. Just along the sides, so it looks not so rigid, I guess. Same thing all the way down here, but this side is not as important. There we go. Just before we get too far. Otherwise, it's very hard to go back and put things in. This very wobbly. Let's see. There we go. Throw in some type of line there. There. And we'll push this in. Just add some texture here. Some bushes and things. Or the precursor to bushes, because we haven't added the bushes yet. Okay. I can always do this. Skin. Just a little bit of a rocky face there. blown away by highlights, so it's not super important. But it's nice to have something there. Just a tiny little highlight on this. There we go. What do we want to use here? We can use this 2-inch brush. I don't like getting my brushes dirty, so I tend to reuse the same ones a lot. So this is just a 2-inch brush, some liquid white, and a little bit of cad yellow there. Just tapping on the sides. All the way down. And at the bottom. Just kind of tap this way. A bit more yellow. Should we do this side here? Just on top. Up into that brush there. And I'll get this very tip of the 2-inch brush. Very tip. And then we'll just go pop in some of these. Just bush shapes here. Wherever. Clean up the bottom just a little bit. There. We have something that looks like a bush brush. Let this off real quick. And then, let's see, gotta scrape some little twigs over there. So there's something growing. That's good. I'll leave it for now. I keep losing my YouTube tab for some reason. No one. Okay. Let's go to this other side. This is going to be phthalo green. Alizarin crimson mostly. Put this in over here. A little more green maybe. And if you watched me before, you know I'm covering up a spot that I don't like whenever I get a big blob of paint like this. So that's what I'm doing here. I don't really like the bottom side of that mountain, so I'm covering it up. Very easy to do. There we go. Grab some more crimson. Whatever shape you want here. I don't really have a particular shape I want. Just need it dark. Maybe it's going to be like another bush section over here. Not as stark though. Okay. And grab this. We'll need this a little bit more, less bright green. A little bit more blue in it. Probably sap green will be good here. Okay, a little more sap green. And we got to dull it down because it's on the other side. Not as bright. So. These just look like treetops, maybe. Tops of trees. That's good. Yes. I think that's fine. That's good enough for this one. Lots of mountains. Yes, I do like mountains. I think that's good. That's good. That's a paintbrush. A little bit of white, liquid white. I like a pink color. Let's put it down here. Very small signature. I feel like my signature has progressively been getting smaller over the years. Very soon it'll just be a little dot.